Okay, well, welcome, everything. Okay, we're ready to go now. So, I'm feeling better today. Elle asked me when she first got in here. She was the first one to arrive, so thank you, Elle. Lots of sleeping has happened since since Monday, and so today, actually, what we're going to talk about is how to be a strong leader. And hopefully, today I'm in the right mood to tell you all about that. So. I'm really excited. It's quite a big class today. Well, quite a big class. It's double the size than normal. So what I'll do, as usual, is we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at the document I've made, okay, about how to be a strong leader, okay? As always, I'll have some of you read. What I'll probably do is go in the order that you arrived today. Okay, everyone will get a chance to read. That's not a problem. All right. So first we have just the introduction. Elle, would you like to read the introduction, please?
Sure. Okay. Being a leader is an important role in a company. You have the power to decide who does the job and how. With this responsibility, you need to know who the best person to do the task is, how to do it best, etc.
So good. So not only be a strong leader for you, but for obviously everybody else. So can we think of some qualities? If you want to think of a good, strong, or a good leader, what kind of qualities would you think about, or what do you think about in your head?
How about the ability to make fast or quick decision?
Yep, I knew that's what you were going to say. So ability to make quick
Okay.
decisions. Yep, that's good. I'll go ahead and type these in here. That's good. Pitchum, you came in next. Can you think of any adjectives or any descriptions about a good leader in general? Sometimes. Yep. Can you think of any adjectives of a strong leader or a good leader? You could also type it if you want.
Yes. Are you talking of the credentials of being a strong leader?
Yes. Yeah, just give me one adjective.
One adjective.
Adjective. One describing word. I'll use a phrase of an adjective phrase. I don't even know how to say that. She used a little phrase to describe that. But you know what do you need in order to be a good leader?
If you want a good leader, so you have strong grip on speech, and you should have capacity how to raise basic problems of the society and people.
Okay.
Citizens.
So good at public speaking. Yeah, problem solving. Bob, you said clever. That's perfect as well. Vision, yeah, for the future. You need some future goals. Ken, can you think of anything? Your turn.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking about vision, good problem solving, and also maybe how can I say to make other people grow.
To make other people what?
Other people organization
grow.
Okay.
Yeah, growth. Sorry, growth. Yeah, it's the people
growth.
Others grow. Okay, yes. To encourage. Encourage is a really good word. I would say to be confident. I'm trying to write and spell at the same time. Confident. There we go. To be confident. Now, because on the outside you want to look like you know everything, right? Even if you don't. But if you had to choose between a leader who wasn't very self-confident and one that was, even though they had the same information, which one would you choose? Probably the more confident-looking one, right? I mean, you don't want someone who's shy or quiet, soft-spoken. Those aren't really great qualities to be a leader. Okay, you want someone who's an extrovert, someone who's outgoing. Okay.
I have a questions.
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
Between the person who has confidence, speak loud, and another person try but smarter, but the one confident not smarter than her. So which one should be the leader?
Well, I mean, it really, obviously the one who knows more, I think, is the best one for the job. But if you look at someone who's quiet and shy and let's do this, team, we're going to work on this now. You're not really going to take them very seriously, are you? It's really what they portray, what they show you and demonstrate to you. Okay, that's the difference. For example, I can say, look, the sky is black today. Have you seen it? It's so crazy. Or the sky is black every day. It's not blue. As long as I use the correct intonation, the strong voice, the confidence behind my words, you're going to believe me. And that's what a strong leader does. Okay, the sky is not black. I know it's not, but sometimes it might be, but not today. So again, it's you need to not only have the confidence in what you're doing, but with the way that you're speaking. And this is called, it's a very specific word. I'm actually going to ask you, what is this called?
Sometimes,
Go ahead, yeah.
Sometimes words speak louder than your words, If you have a leader that don't speak much, but has ability to do a lot of work for public, for society, and has vision especially. And one leader is speak louder and speaks after speaks, but don't have any visions. It may be.
Right. There's an expression in English.
Yes, it may have quality, yes, of speaking only. It may have a quality of communication, but don't have vision. This may be.
Okay, for example, we have the expression in English, they can walk the walk. They look like they're doing a good job, but they can't talk the talk. They can't actually do what they want. Okay? So it's kind of, okay, sure, they look like a good leader on the outside, but they really aren't. Okay? So it's kind of the other way around. The word I was thinking of before is called gravitas. Now, gravitas is this crazy word that includes many different qualities. Okay, it's sounding confident. It's convincing others. It's all of these great qualities of being a leader. Okay. So a big word for you, quite an interesting word here. So very good. Any examples? I mean, have you ever had a boss or manager or someone higher than you at work that was not a good leader? And if so, what were those qualities? Nothing? No one?
For example, that is, I think also some leader has a charismatic kind of result, or as a charismatic extraordinary result. Some people are feeling very charismatic. But maybe I think I like the Steve Jobs, but after I read his autobiography, sometimes he's very, very severe and tough to the workers or people who are surrounding this. So probably cause a huge stress, or he sometimes fired people so easily. So does it is it my did I answer your question? To be a good leader, they achieve a great result.
Exactly, and that's good that they can do that. But you know, sometimes if you have a boss who doesn't really have problem-solving skills and say, "Okay, you do this all the time," or giving their power to other people, you're not going to have confidence in them. Then they have this organization skill of, you know, giving tasks to other people, but it's still not the same as being a good leader. So why don't we look at some examples and pitch them? Oh, wait, I'll read this. Today we are going to look at ways to help you make the best decisions possible. So, Pitchum, I'll have you read this first part, and it's kind of long, so I have to move down the page a little bit, okay? So you can start, and I'll move.
Make sure the employee understand everything. Yeah. Before you let the employee go, make sure that they truly understand the task. After explaining the task to them, it is a good idea for them to explain it to you in their own words. That way you can be sure they know what to do. Also ask if they have any questions about the task. It is also important to let them know that you will be around to help if needed.
So really good. So again, about how to be a good leader, you want to, when giving someone a task and you know, say, hey, okay, you're in charge of this. I have this expression of let the employee go. Does anyone really understand what that phrase means?
I think maybe you shouldn't pressurize the employees by your
not
power.
exactly in this case.
Okay.
Anyone else have any idea?
Before you let the employee do the job, right? You have to make sure they understand everything.
Exactly.
You have to explain, and then you have to make sure they understand everything you ask them to do.
Yep. And then once they understand everything, then you can let them go. You can allow them to do it on their own.
Yeah.
Very good. Any other comments about this? Have you had any experiences that were negative, that your boss gave you something to do and you just, what do I do now? What, you know? So tell us about that. Anything like that?
This is a good boss. Good boss. Good boss. Yeah. Because some boss, they don't make sure that their employees understand the task. Yeah, this is a good one.
Right.
Okay, good. It's good. Well, I'm glad. So perfect. Well, I think then we can move on. And let me take a look at the list here. Bob, you came in next, so it's Bob's turn to read. So get ready here. I think this one's a little bit long too. Let me just check. Yeah, it's a little bit long, so I'll have to move it down as well. Okay. When you're ready, you can start.
Ready. Give them the whole task. By giving someone a partial task might not be a great idea for many reasons. One reason could be that they are missing some information in order to do their part. Another reason could be that the other person didn't finish their task on time. So it's best to give one person one task. That way, they know what's going on and where they are in the task. They can control the whole situation and won't have any doubts.
Okay. So good. So given the whole task, what do you think about that? Do you agree or disagree with that? And anyone can answer.
Yes, whole task is important. It's better, for my opinion, than partial task.
Okay, and why?
Because maybe someone don't understand the idea and in global situation, what's happening.
Okay, exactly. That's good.
Yeah.
Anyone else have any other opinions?
It's like a puzzle. If you let them do the partial, and then you cannot see the whole picture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to let them know the whole picture and let that person do this part.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it's better than no nothing.
Exactly. It's here, do this part with this information. It's like, whoa, now I have to read or at least understand all of this information and then continue. So yeah, sometimes it is best to do the whole task. Ken or Pitchum, any other comments?
Yes, maybe how can I say, which relates to how much that the leader believe, their staff also. Maybe if also, how can I say, sometimes leader can't see everything. So if the leader check everything, maybe the project or staff might work wrongly.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes to listen to other staff's idea also important. Just order, not only just order. Do something.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So it's good to give them the whole task to help if needed, look for problem-solving things that might need help. At least if the boss is around to help you and you say, well, I need some more information about this, or I don't fully understand this, at least you can go to the boss or the manager and talk to them, and that would be helpful. Okay. Pitchum, any comments before we continue?
No.
Okay. Perfect. So that was Bob who read that. So Ken, it's going to be your turn. You're the last one to arrive today.
Okay. Making them feel important. By trusting in employees, you are saying a lot without really saying anything at all. This is great for their morale, as it's a new responsibility for them. They should be encouraged to do their best and continue doing so. By helping with the project, they will feel part of a bigger than, and we all like to feel included.
Yep, that's actually it. This one's a little bit shorter. So sorry. And I've noticed I spelled this word morale incorrectly. So we have two very similar words. We have moral and morale. What happened? How did that happen? Okay, this. Morale is this word. Do you understand what this word is?
No.
First, moral is or like an ethical thing, but this morale is kind of, how can I say, willing to work or such feeling.
Yes.
I think it is maybe a discipline of doing work something.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so moral is like basically, your morals of right and wrong. That's without the E. Now with this letter E, it says morale, so it's pronounced differently as well. And your morale is something that it's like a feeling inside. If you're confident about something, okay? Or it could be at work, the morale is really good or really bad, depending on the situation, okay? Self-confidence, self-esteem, that kind of thing, okay? Any comments or questions about this? There's a phrase in English. It says, you say a lot without saying anything at all. There's kind of an expression. So, I don't know, by trusting them, I mean, you're giving them a task. That means you trust them. You're not saying, hey, I trust you, but with the action of giving them a task, then they feel important, and that's important, okay? Any other questions or comments in this part? No? Okay. Has anyone ever felt excluded at work? So not included at work?
Yeah.
And how do you feel when that happens? Horrible. Okay.
Yeah.
So your morale is down. It's quite negative. Left behind. Exactly. And so do you want to work hard? No. Thanks, Elle. No. Okay. So this is what, I'm trying to demonstrate here is that by giving someone an extra task or doing something different, it's like, oh, hey, well, they trust me. And this has happened to me recently with a different job that I have. They gave me some extra tasks that they didn't give to other people that have been at the company longer. And I was like, all right, I'm doing something right here. So it's a really good feeling. Even though it's more work, it's still, it's a really good feeling. Has anyone else had any experience with that? Bob, do you play any other instruments? That's funny because that means yes, right?
Oh, in my life, I had a lot of kind of leader everywhere in music and electric and officers, and this is a really interesting topic for the conversation.
Okay. Yeah. For example, if you were on a ship or somewhere playing or not playing and something happened to someone, have you had to substitute in the moment? Or last minute as of the same day?
Okay, yes. Good question. But I need little bit introduction for these topics. Today is really difficult time for the living everywhere, for the job, for the money, for the progression, for the what's happening today in France, in Paris, a big demonstration and etc. For me, in my job, in my situation, on the not only on the ship, everywhere in the world, a leader is not very good or good. Today is leader like easy job. Easy job, and maybe leader must be, we said today, clever, have ability, with gravitas, be confident, encourage. This is a good adjective for the good and strong leader. But today this is not in practical. Today, his leader is not very good, and to help employees or crew members on the. You are excellent teacher. This is obviously, and you help each other to learning English and to help us in the future.
Improve. And of course, it's also your confidence. That's something that was really important too with this, and not just, no, that's incorrect, that's terrible, no, you did, it's a lot more about that. So, well, I appreciate that.
Yes, of course. You like a teacher should to help everybody to learn English, because we have not advanced English, and we are not native Englishmen. We are learn English every day. Everything in English. Always a new lesson is for us something new.
Good.
Always.
Well, I'm very happy to hear that. And I think Pitchum, were you trying to say something before?
Yes. I don't see the question.
No, Pitchum, it's the first one. Were you trying to say something before?
On the topic here?
Yeah.
It's simply because if you give them trusting your trust, they will feel that they will given. They don't feel that they're given pressurized, or they will feel automatically that it is your responsibility.
Exactly. Perfect. Well, Ken, do you have anything to say, or did you? I can't even remember anymore. Do you have anything else to say for this part?
I think maybe it's similar to what I said before the section. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's fine. So what we're going to do is go back to L.
Okay.
All right. So be prepared.
Okay. Yes, you need to be prepared. As the boss, manager, etc., you need to tell the employee what you want. You should have a detailed agenda or report with information that you need and or want. The employee must know what you want, or it might be confusing for them. So help them out too. Be prepared, and everything will go a lot smoother for the both of you.
All right, very good. And I've also made another mistake here. Look at all my mistakes today. 2, I was probably typing too fast. Okay, so you need to help them out too. You need to be there and give them, as we said, in the beginning, you need to give them all of the information that they need. Why? So they can give you what you need. We can't read minds. You can say, hey, give me a report about this. Okay, that's fine. I can tell you the basic information. I can give it to you, finished, complete, happy, and you say, no, this isn't what I want. I want you to focus on this. Okay. We all think of things differently. We can look at the same picture and all look at it differently. We can all think maybe we have different memories. Maybe we think of something of the colors. Maybe it represents something in our lives or not. Okay, so we're all going to look at the same thing, but yet differently. And that's a really good contribution in an office, with a meeting and problem solving, thinking outside the box, which means to think differently and not the typical way. So you as the boss need to be prepared, extremely prepared and ready for anything, because that's what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen. So again, the best thing to do is to help the employee out, which in turn will help you out. Okay. Good. Any questions or comments? Okay. With that, Pitchum, it looks like you're going to read feedback, okay? Pitchum, are you still there?
Yes. Which turn?
No, it's Pitchum. Don't know. He sometimes has problems with the internet. Maybe not. Bob, why don't you go ahead and read this one?
Okay, no problem. Feedback. When the project is finished, it's always a good idea to give feedback. Feedback is information that will help the employee for future projects. If they are going to do more tasks like this one, then it's the best to prepare them as soon as possible. Getting to know you and what you want is important in their success. This way, it will save time and money for the company. Not only that, but it will help the stress level of the employee too.
All right, so very good. So feedback. Do you think it's important to get feedback from, let's say you were given a project, okay? Do you think it's important to get feedback or not?
Yes, feedback is important.
Okay, why? For different reasons than what I have listed. Why?
So if you get a feedback, and sometimes if I did something wrong, I wouldn't know that I did something wrong. So feedback is help me to let me know what I'm missing.
Okay, good. That's perfect. Anyone else?
Yes, of course. Feedback is important because sometimes we need to repeat information or practice on something else, and second time we repair lessons before, and the feedback is important.
Okay, good.
To clear situation, always the clear what's happening.
Okay, yes, I agree with that. Ken, do you have any comments?
Yeah, I think feedback is important, and sometimes human is not almighty, so everyone is not almighty. So sometimes we can, for example, we cannot see ourselves by ourselves, but somebody else. Oh, you have something on your face now or something like that. Also, positive feedback works. Also, such kind of some checking out there, something is also works like a feedback.
Exactly. Yes, that's true. And my next question is what happens if it's all negative feedback? Oh, well, you did good, but you could improve this, 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 and this, for example. You might feel bad at the beginning, but in the end, it's actually going to help you. And that's really what feedback is. It's, saying the things you did well, and then the things you could improve. I don't want to say the things you did bad or incorrectly, but something you could improve. Oh, you could have added more information here. Oh, I was really interested in this, and you didn't say a lot about that, okay? So feedback is really, really to help you more than anything, okay? Pritam, are you there now?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, good. So,
I'm here.
Yep, I hear you. That's good. Do you have any opinions about feedback?
Yes, if you give feedback to any company, so maybe it is negative feedback, they will improve in or if you give positive feedbacks, about any item, so they will be encouraged, or they will feel uh, what call it.
Okay, good. Does anyone have any personal stories that you'd like to share about feedback and that it went terrible, or the opposite, and how good you felt after?
I think for some people like who is too confident, and then sometimes they don't accept the negative feedback because they have an ego, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a problem. You have to accept everything, no matter what, positive or negative.
And that's the hard part too. You know, you want to be open-minded and accept the fact that, okay, I did this really well, but also understand what you can improve. It's not to hurt you, it's not to make you feel bad, it's in order to help you for the future. And that's really what a good boss should do, not just say, okay, you go to your boss to hand in the project and say, here, it's finished. Okay, thanks, goodbye. You know, that doesn't help.
Yeah.
You know, after you go through the project and you go through everything, then you can give proper feedback, which is important. Even if the feedback is a couple days late, we have the expression in English, better late than never. Always give the feedback. Okay?
Yeah.
Good. Anything else to add before we read? I think the next one is the last one. So, anything else to add?
No.
In global, is feedback negative? Something is wrong.
Well, it's not that it's wrong. It's just that you can improve. Okay, you have to choose your words carefully.
Yes.
This is all about your morale. Yeah, go ahead.
I think giving feedback like publicly for any items like thumbs up, like and unlike, it also open the way for the other customers as well, so as they can decide what to buy and what is better for them or what is not better for them.
Good.
It could be yeah.
That's good. I agree as well. Any other comments? Okay. Actually, when I was in Belgium last week, I left a bad review at a hotel because there were so many things that were wrong. And actually, even though their rating score went down, I'm sure, there's things that they need to improve. And so some things, even in those cases, it might be something negative, but over time they can build that back up by improving those things. Because when you go to a hotel, you have expectations. And my expectations were like smashed on the floor when I got there. So, you know, it's even feedback like that, even though it's completely negative, eventually, I mean, it's really going to help the owners understand more and things like that. So, perfect. Pridam, do you want to read the reward because we skipped over you before?
Okay. Now you have to think, does the employee deserve an award or special gift? Did your project stay within their job requirements? Did they work extra hours? Was the task easily or difficult? These are some questions you have to ask yourself in order to decide if the employees deserve something. A reward could be going out for lunch with you or alone, a small gift card or coffee or Amazon, etc. If not a gift, maybe recognition is enough for the employee to feel the satisfaction of completing the project. This will also help there.
Uh-oh, one moment.
Okay. Confidence in themselves and help them in the future.
All right, good. So that one is extremely long. So rewards. Now, this one's 50-50. I think it totally depends on the situation if it was the first project this person did, or et cetera, because if you dedicate projects to one person because they do them well, maybe at the beginning you could say, okay, thanks, you did great, I know you worked really hard, here's a gift certificate. But what happens if they're going to start expecting gift certificates every time they do a project? So you have to be careful with this, I think. What do you all think? Ken, why don't you go first? Do you think it's important that people get a reward for doing a project? Maybe it's a special project. It's not a typical, like, end of the month project. It's something different.
Case by case, I think. Also, reward sometimes cause other employees envy.
Yeah.
Case by case. I cannot say a general idea about this, opinion about it.
Have you ever been in a situation where you got a prize for doing something and other colleagues or coworkers didn't?
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I can't really think of any situation for me either, but I mean, that's really what you have to think of. I mean, maybe the person who does the project is very happy, they think they did a good job, that's great, and just say, just have your boss give thanks to you and say, hey, you did a great job. Thanks. You worked really hard. And that's it. Your boss could casually say, hey, I'm going to take you out for lunch. You did such a great job. Yep. Comment?
It could happen, yes. I think so.
I think the going out for lunch with the boss would kind of be a good one, because maybe it would look like a work meeting or something about the project, not specifically, oh, you did a fantastic job. I think you could make it look like it was still for work, but it's also a reward, hopefully, if you go out to lunch with the boss. So any other comments about this? Anyone else?
Yes, if any employees get rewarded from companies or anywhere, so you feel incentivize himself, because next time he will do work hard. Next time work hard and honestly, and he gets to believe in companies and other high officials. Yes.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Have you ever been in a situation like this?
No.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Elle, do you have any comments?
I think the boss can do, like, you don't have to do every time. You can do at the end of the year, like give some reward.
Okay. Well, that actually is a really nice idea as well.
Yeah. Like the what do you call, like the best employee
employee of the year
award. Oh yes.
Yeah, sure, or employee of the month. I think that is a little bit dangerous,
Really?
Well, employee of the month, I think.
Yeah, month is just. Month you can do it, like if you like the restaurant business, you can do it because that job needed.
Yes.
Yeah. It depends on the company.
However, I did have that at work once, where we had to vote for people, and throughout the month, and then at the end the person would get voted, and it was fake. Like, no one actually voted. I heard that a lot of people actually had voted for themselves, and that's how they won. So I was like surprised, because I was actually trying to do it correctly, but no one else was, and I never won. And I'm like, come on, I worked there for 2 years, and come on, employee of the month. So So I think it's more of a competition. That to me seems a bit more unfair, but I would say recognition at the end of the year and just say, you know, this person put in X amount of extra hours. We just like to say thank you for doing a good job. And then at that point, maybe a gift certificate or some little special gift. Because if you do put in extra hours, it's important. Okay, yes, good. Any other comments before we finish? We're coming to the end of the class here, and I don't have anything else on this presentation. So
I also think the reward is really not important for the total success in the group, because be strong leader or good leader, this is his job. He don't need, boss don't need special reward for this job because good leader is also good for the without rewards or extra.
Right. This is a very touchy, it's a very controversial part here, right?
If any employee does any extraordinary thing, then he usually does. So at a situation, I think it should be given.
Yeah, I mean, I think it, as Ken said, it really depends on the situation, but it's also something that you need to consider when, you know, giving a project to someone, or, you know, if it's a project that you, the boss, don't want to do at all because you hate doing whatever, and you say, hey, I'm going to give you this project, knowing that it's extremely stressful and difficult, then some kind of reward should probably be had. So again, I think it depends on the situation, and so good. Well, I'm going to stop the screen sharing now, and we're going to talk about some classes that I have coming up, okay? So let's see. On Friday, don't forget we have class on Friday. We're going to talk about a business tip about eating out on a diet, because a lot of people these days are worried about whatever. A lot of people are in diets, whatever. So we'll talk about maybe how you can go on a work trip or a business day or business lunch or something, but still stick to your diet. And then next Monday we'll do how to start a conversation, which is good for anything. If you're traveling, if you're at work, you're at a work conference, you know, so there's a lot of different things there that we can talk about. And if I can continue next Wednesday, today's Wednesday, right? In 1 week, we'll do school subjects. So kind of a basic subject, basic things at school, which is pretty simple, but that's okay. And then Friday the 21st, again, we're having class on Friday. We'll talk about Christmas. Now, I know Christmas is normal for me, but it might not be normal for all of you. So I'd like to get, you know, it's that time of year where we all have kind of different celebrations. And we're all from different countries, so I think it'd be great to hear kind of the celebrations and what you do and things like that, okay? So that's kind of like the next few weeks here in English class, okay? Perfect. Any other questions or comments?
So basically next class will be Friday.
Friday, yep.
Friday, okay, same time as this.
Yep, exactly.
Got it.
Perfect. Very good. Well, everyone, thanks for joining. Thanks for your input as well. And hopefully we'll see you on Friday, okay?
Okay,
thank you.
All right. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Goodbye.